I'm a citizen of Cobra Law! Will you acknowledge me? I'm thinking.
Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, the Transformers Diecast AMK Pro Series 20cm Model Kit, Megatron from Yolopark. Stick around. What's up, and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing, building, and reviewing the Transformers Diecast AMK Pro Series 20cm Model Kit Megatron from Yolopark. Yeah, so we went with the mini series to begin with, and I was pretty impressed with it. So I decided to go ahead and go with the Pro Series. So this one, I think, stands around 7 inches tall. But I haven't seen it in person, but I'm like thrilled to get this open. You know, as part of the 40th anniversary of Transformers, Yolopark, in collaboration with Hasbro, was able to get a license and put these out. So I had some ideas for this for, you know, future things, but I want it and I got it, and here it is. So we're gonna go ahead and get to cracking. So we're gonna go ahead and go over the box. Very nice, very G1-ish. He has a sort of gloss over Megatron himself. You got your little Yolopark hologram down here. 40 years. Almost kind of like a comic cover. You got that little top piece in the left corner. This is The Transformers More Than Meets the Eye, Chapter 1, ages 8 and up. Great looking picture of Megatron. See at the top, 40 years, 1984 to 2024. On the side, Transformers. On the other side, Megatron. On the bottom, Transformers Yolopark. And on the back, you see there's all the parts. They build Megatron. He's got a stand and a bunch of accessories. And then you have some warning stuff and all that. 2 different languages, or is that 3? Oh well. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and pop him open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so after, you know, doing the mini series, I decided to go ahead and get the Pro, and I liked the features. I liked a couple of the things that were, you know, added on that he's going to be coming with, so I couldn't really resist it, and I had to get it. So slide all this goodness out. Get a bunch of booklets and stuff up in there. The box has seen better days, but it's whatever. Alright, first you got a couple of things in here we're going to look at. So here you have Yolopark QR codes. I think that's for some service if you need anything, you know, with it. And then here is your little booklet. Just opens up kind of odd. Very cool. We'll keep this out to the side so we can see, you know, how properly to build him, I guess. And then bring over the plastic dungeon. And it looks like the key defector Sigma has came out. But here is Megatron. He looks great, you know, just in the packaging itself. So I see some weathering, you know, a lot of paint details. Man, cool stuff. All this stuff out. So this is in tiers. So as you can see, here's the 3rd tier with a bunch of accessories in there. And I think we are going to go ahead and start with this. So first, I think we're going to go ahead and get this stand out. So I'll show you the base to the stand. Very cool. Very Cybertronian. Then you have the arm, and I'm just going to check out how it moves around. So it does have this kind of circular hinge at the top and one at the bottom, so it can move around different areas. The top, you have this kind of claw holder, and that means there should be a piece in here, yes, to hold this. Let's go ahead and this popped in, just like that, and get this end slid in right there like that, so that way, I mean, it can hold them. I don't think I'm going to need this, but just in case, we'll have it assembled and to the side and ready just if we need it. But there's your Cybertronian stand. Pretty cool. That off to the back. All right, next you have kind of his I guess laser sword. So you got the translucent pink for the blade, translucent purple for the hilt. Pretty neat. All right, so here you have his ball and chain. So pretty neat. It's got a bunch of different hinges on here, so you can bend it around and turn it. The ball will come off. And it looks like it's got an attachment to go into his hand right here. So neato. Here we have his fusion cannon. Nice detail on this. You know, it's got some kind of chrome areas where it looks like the paint would be chipped. And the button works, but I don't think there's any batteries in it. So we'll go ahead and check and see what kind it needs, and near the end of the video we'll see if we can pop some batteries in there if we have them. Very cool. Here you have his back cannon. It's got a nice metallic sheen to it. You got some magnet on the end. Pretty cool. Here you have his blaster pistol. Also very G1-ish. Oh. And then finally for this tier, you have a Decepticon symbol. I wonder where this goes. We'll figure it out. Alright, so get that bottom tier out of here. Now we'll come into the top, where we actually have the Megatron himself and a few other things. So first, you have the key to Vector Sigma, and it has like a nice bronzy gold, paint on it. Looks really good. Die cast, so it's heavy. Very nice. And then Megatron himself. So we got a couple extras in here. I see, you have that extra, damaged chest plate. A couple extra faces. So we're gonna go ahead and look at these faces first. So I'm gonna get those and his head out. Alright, so here is the Megatron head. This looks absolutely amazing. This kind of blows the Masterpiece version away. I know this lights up, but I don't think there's any batteries in there. Looking into it, I don't see anything. So we'll definitely take it off and see what kind we need a little bit later. And he's got two extra faces here. You have this more stern, edgy look. And then you have this kind of, his cackle, his famous Megatron laugh. Alright, now the parts. Let's check out the additional chest plate here. So here's that. You can see all damaged up. Nice looking. Oh, even the back has some detail. Awesome. You got your Decepticon logo on the front. Nice weathering to it. Very nice. And then we have all his parts. So we'll take these out one by one. And first we'll start with the feet. You can just see that detail in there. The metallic silver, paint that it has on it. You have like some rust and dirt spots, die cast, and plastic. That piece is plastic, that's die cast. Die cast. Nice. They're heavy too. Well, not super heavy, but they have some weight to them. So we'll put one on each side. And we'll come up to the legs. Here they are. Also nice paint, nice weathering. Look good. Details galore. Nice. next, the lower torso. So here's that right here. And your flaps actually work on this too. I was wondering about that. Very nice. Die cast also. This one has some weight as well. See, get up in there and see what we can see. Does the back one want to come up? The back one doesn't want to move too well, but I think it actually comes off. Yeah. So there we go. Nice die cast piece right there for the center. Even detail on the back of the butt plate. Cool. Alright, then we're going to come up to the hands. Wow, I think the hands even have die cast in them. That's crazy. Nice size. Check them out. There's that hinge at the thumb, just a single. And we have 3 connected fingers with a single hinge, and then a single index finger with a hinge. And it looks like the hand has a hinge in there as well, so you can open and close it. So very neat. You can make some nice hand gestures. This finger's a little crooked, so it can't point exactly straight, but still really cool. Next, we're going to move on to the arms. And here they are. So very nice. Nice silver paint. You know, the dirt and rust detail in there. You have those red bands. There and there. See how that hinge works. Very cool. Light, but the red is die cast. The rest is plastic. Cool. Coming up to the upper torso and chest area. Super amazing detail in here. You know, all those little gadgets around here. It's got the red on the sides. There's his back plate. You see, it's got some articulation up inside of here. So very cool. Feels like a little bit of rotating and some side to side and front to back. So all of your articulation for, you know, any ab crunch and waist swivel and all that good stuff is right here. There's your joints for the arms, and then your chest plate, which will pop off. And amazing detail inside and out. Look at all that dirt in there. That looks great. Nice die cast piece. And then finally, we have the shoulders. So the right and the left. Also amazing detail on them. Silver with the dirt and rust completely around. Not on the bottoms, but gets into every little nook and cranny. And check that hinge out. Even the insides of the hinges have some detail. So that's great. Awesome. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and get that piece out of there. And we're going to go ahead and grab these directions and see what we got to do. And it's funny because first up, it actually shows the batteries. So right here at the top, it says CR927 3-volt. So it looks like you just take that piece off and put it into his head. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quick and actually see if I have those batteries, and we'll go ahead and get some things taken care of, you know, before we get started. Alright, so with checking, unfortunately, I don't have any CR927s, but I did take that off to look. I tried a couple, you know, possibilities, and none are working. So unfortunately, we cannot put a battery in his head for this right now. But I will get some, and I'll do it later. Now, if you want to take off the face, you know, you simply pop it off once the head's off, and you can interchange them. And we'll go ahead and take another one just to give a brief example. Pop that on, and there you go. You would put the dome right back on it, and just like that. Pretty simple, but I'm gonna have to get me one of those batteries because I don't have any, which sucks. However, I did find some batteries for the fusion cannon, and they are simply AG1s. Now, I do have some of those, and I went ahead and took the battery pack off and installed them, and voila, very cool. So this works, and now we just need to get a battery for our head, and then we should be good to go. All right, so now let's get this closed back up. Let's see if we can pre-insert that. And pretty simple, but we got a working fusion cannon at least for now. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get this assembled. So we need to put our screw back in our Megatron head, and we'll get a battery at a later date. Just sucks we don't have one right now for this video, because that would be awesome to light his eyes up. But hang this down, bring our feet in, and then we're going to attach our legs. So bring leg one right here, and you're gonna take this little plug and pop it right on in, just like that. Easy does it. So there's one leg. Bring the other. All right, so there's our legs. Now we'll bring in the lower torso and snap these on in. One. And two. Now we need to bring in our torso. We got that on. All right, so next we're gonna go ahead and get his arms assembled. So we're gonna bring in the right shoulder, and then we'll bring in the right arm and attach the shoulder to the bicep, just like that. Then we'll bring in our hand and pop it on right there. So now we have one arm assembled. And we'll do the same for the left arm. Get the shoulder and the arm itself, plug them in at the bicep, and then bring your hand in, and that's that. Then you have that little hinge peg up here, and you plug that one in, and then that one, and there is your arms. Very cool. So before we do the head, we're going to spin them around to the back, and we're going to get that little back cannon on. So here it is. You have that little peg right here. You're just going to line it up with that piece there, and then that's on. We're going to bring in our head, and he has that socket for the ball joint, and pop it on just like that. And we'll bring in our fusion cannon. Find that little spot on his arm, and just plug it on in right there. Make sure it's in and held. So good to go. And that is basically our Megatron assembly. So very cool. We'll go ahead and gear him up with a few accessories to see how they look. So let's go over to this left hand. Let's see how the pistol looks. So kind of get that in place. Get that thumb around. Then we'll close them fingers up. And let's see how he holds it. Holds it okay. I don't really care for it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Now, if we took that left hand off, we can attach the little ball and chain like that. So we could have him going into battle, you know, like he's about to smack Optimus with it. You know, raw. So pretty cool. Unplug that, and then we'll get the hand back on. You know, we're gonna bring in his sword. Close them fingers up nice and tight. Bring it around. And there's Megatron with the sword. holds everything fairly well. Yeah, so that's a good thing. He has his key here, but you know, we're not going to use that for anything. Now I'm going to check out some of his articulation now that he's together. And of course, you saw the head is on a ball joint, and it can rotate left and right, wobble all around, move forward that far. That actually back piece with that hinge actually comes up to have him looking down super far. And if he wants to look up, it's not the best, but that's what he's got. Over to the arms, there's that also extendable hinge inside the shoulder so that can come out. The arms can rotate at full 360 and they can come up that high. You have your bicep rotation and your hinge for your elbow joint. So the arms will come up that far, which is really nice. And then also that little joint down here allows the hands to move a full 360. So as you're seeing, you know, that we showed the torso before, it has a bit of maneuverability. So he can also move forward that far and back just a little bit. Come down to the legs, lift that flap. Leg can come out 90 degrees. Also come forward that far and back with the butt flap on that far. There is thigh rotation as well as double jointed knees. And then you come down and you have the ankle pivot and the toe hinge right here. So not bad articulation, you know, he looks great though. I mean, he's absolutely gorgeous as far as the detail goes in him. You know, for a plastic and die cast figure, he's great. He doesn't stand as tall as, you know, the Masterpiece Megatron, but in my opinion, I think he looks a lot better. As you saw what I did, you know, in the beginning of the video, one of the purposes for this was so I could remove the arms and kind of get him down, you know, kind of in a maybe prisoner position like that. Now, with the eyes lit up, you know, that'd be great. And I'd have Cobra Commander off to the side, you know, talking a bunch of shit. But he's not, so. So now we're just gonna pose him up a little bit and kind of mock a little bit of the hand gestures, you know, from the box, but not totally. Get him something like that. Turn that fusion cannon on. He looks pretty cool. Now we're going to go ahead and I guess give him some comparisons with some more figures to see how they all look together. So here's the AMK Pro series compared to the AMK Mini series. AMK Pro compared to Masterpiece Megatron. And for the fun of it, because we opened this recently, here is the AMK Pro Megatron with the Fans Toys Tesla 2.0. Alright, so that does it for some comparisons. Now we're going to go ahead and throw him up onto the turntable, and then we'll give you some final thoughts.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
We now return to the Transformers.
Alright, and here he is, the Transformers Diecast AMK Pro Series 20cm model kit Megatron from Yolopark. Celebrating the 40th anniversary of Transformers, Yolopark knocked it out of the park. This figure is absolutely beautiful, 100% G1 accurate. The minor details that fill in some of the, you know, the texture of his, you know, I guess frame itself, you know, is just amazing. He has so much detail in him, tons of articulation. The only downfall is he does not transform, but I can definitely live with that. If you're a collector, you know, especially in bot mode of any, you know, standstill Transformers, I would definitely highly 100% recommend getting this. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. It's going to make me probably want to get more, so I'm cool with it. His size is great. He doesn't compare to the Masterpiece, but he does compare to some of the others. You saw him with the Fans Toys Perceptor, and they're very close to the same height. As far as the miniseries goes, you know, obviously he's way bigger than that, but the detail on this one is simply outstanding, and he blows the miniseries away by far. I picked this up on AliExpress. I believe he was about $58. I had bought him, you know, during a brief sale, so I think his price went back up to like $64. You'd have to give it a shot. They're still available. They are sold out at a lot of places, but you know, they're available in them little places. If you look around, just good enough. All the accessories are great. That's, you know, tons more to do with. You know, it's just super cool to have all them. I don't know what the little Decepticon logo is for though. And maybe it just plugs into somewhere, but I'll figure it out at a later date. I'll watch a couple other reviews and, you know, see what we can come up with. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when I post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.